Can you imagine earning £36,000 a day? Well, there are a few people who don't have to. We're referring to none other than Tyson Fury, who, as of now, has £43 million in his bank. Intrigued? Keep watching to find out where all this money came from. Not just that, we're also going to give you a detailed look at his net worth and spending habits. Let's quickly hop into the video. First things first, Fury earns £36,000 a day. 2022 may not have been the year for most of us, but it certainly was for Tyson Fury, especially in terms of his accounts. If sources are anything to go by, then his firm raked in £13 million last year. Now, we're no maths whizzes, but that's like earning £36,000 a day. And guess what? The £43 million he has in his bank as of now is on top of assets worth a further £6 million. Of these, £3.5 million are in investments, whereas more than £641,000 are in shares. For those of you who haven't been keeping up with Fury's moves, he had a standout 2022, which saw him defend his WBC title successfully twice. In case you're curious, the first time it was against Dillian Whyte in front of 90,000 fans at Wembley, and then a second time in a sold-out fight against Derek Chisora at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. When it comes to ventures outside of the ring, it might interest you to know that he brought out a range of things, including his third book, a Christmas single, and his very own energy drink called Furosity. What's more, and as many of you might know, he also toured the country, meeting thousands of fans at paid speaking events as part of his Gypsy King after-party tour. Speaking of, he also has a chance at Netflix stardom in a documentary series called At Home with the Furies. This, combined with the fact that his wife has also started a firm of her own, is further likely to increase his earnings. Coming up, his property portfolio. Now, it's only natural to wonder what it is that Tyson Fury does with all of this money. Well, to begin with, he's got several homes to maintain. There's his 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom home in the Lancashire town that he considers to be a beauty, estimated to be worth £550,000. We know it's not too much to look at on the outside, but trust us when we say that the inside is maxed out with luxurious spaces. From what we've gathered, there are several shrines dedicated to Tyson's boxing career scattered throughout the house. These include, but aren't limited to, oil paintings of the Gypsy King and a trophy cabinet. But before you accuse him of being self-obsessed, let us remind you that the house also has an impressive walk-in wardrobe for his wife, Paris. To add to that, some of the family's social media updates have revealed a beautifully designed fairy tale-inspired bedroom for his children. Aside from the family home, Tyson also owns a gypsy wagon. As some of you might know, he bought it as a tribute to his roots. It's quite ornate with gold-painted wheels, chassis, and decorations. Next up, since 2018, he has also owned a mansion in Marbella, Spain. As he revealed in his Instagram caption, he bought it as a treat to himself. Besides Spain, he's also admitted to having a few properties in Las Vegas. Finally, we've got the boxer's £1.7 million Morecambe home. Reports say that he bought it in December of 2020 for £1,695,000. Moving on, his car collection. When you've got this many houses and a family as big as Tyson's, it kind of makes sense to have several cars to get around. And it helps one's image if they're all fancy. So how about we take a look at his vehicles next? First off, there's his Bentley Continental GT. The word on the street is that it was his first luxury car and that he bought it after he won his first world title in 2015. Since then, he's expanded his collection to include a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, a Lamborghini Aventador S, and a Mercedes-AMG G63 to name a few. Now, if you're a petrol head, you might know that the Cullinan is one of the newest additions to the Rolls-Royce family. Not just that, it's also the first ever SUV from Rolls-Royce. This explains why he paid £265,000+ for this bad baby. As for his Ferrari Portofino, it set him back by £211,000. No need to be surprised, it's a work of art on wheels. Before we proceed, we'd also like to talk about the Gypsy King's Mini Cooper. It's quite a classic with its white roof and red body. But what's funny is that at a staggering 6'9", it makes Fury look kind of silly. But hey, as long as it makes him happy, who are we to judge? One more odd addition to his collection was the Benford TK Recovery 1973 that he bought in June of last year. All in all, he's got a grand collection for someone who loves driving a modest Volkswagen Passat worth just £20,000. Up next, his wardrobe. This mention of looking silly reminds us that when it comes to his wardrobe, there's nothing silly about it. He's got clothes fit for a king. Do you guys by any chance remember Tyson and Paris's £1,000 Versace outfits from their Christmas date night in 2020? Pretty dapper, aren't they? Besides this, we'd like to mention his expensive watch collection. As far as we know, it not only includes a Mille Philippe Massa ivory rose gold chronograph, but also a rainbow-themed Rolex Rolex. Aside from his own lavish wardrobe, we'd also like to talk about his lavish designer gifts to his wife. These include a range of items like a Givenchy denim jacket, a pair of bright pink Saint Laurent tribute platform sandals, as well as a pair of baby pink Christian Louboutin Very Prive pumps. She sure is a lucky lady. And get this, the couple's 5 children also get in on the drip. As you guys can see in this photo, they're in designer wear from head to toe. A photo was taken back in 2021, and the clothes were estimated to be worth a staggering £2,639. Let's also talk about his vacations. When he announced his retirement back in 2021, Tyson decided to go all out on a luxurious getaway in the south of France. If reports are to be believed, then he spent this holiday on an $18,000 a night super yacht in Cannes. Besides this, he also whisked his family to Florida to soak up the sun and enjoy a magical break at Disneyland. Now, as much as he likes splurging on luxury vacations, at the end of the day, there's nothing he loves better than his hometown of Morecambe. For this reason, like most champions, he hasn't settled in California. Not to mention, he might purchase a football club. Although this deal hasn't gone through yet, last year, Fury revealed that he's thinking of spending his huge fortune on purchasing the Morecambe Football Club. If this ends up happening, then not only will he own the club's gym, but practically all of their training facilities. Anywho, even if the deal falls through, he's still sponsoring the club shorts with his lucrative career. Apart from this club, there were also rumors that he was thinking of investing his wealth in a pub that he's only been to twice in Nottingham of all places. Yes, you heard that right. Called the Brick and Tile, this 1880 pub has everything from a lounge bar and a pool to darts and dominoes teams. Sadly, since the boxer attracts a lot of attention, he only gets to go there when it's closed. If he does end up buying this pub, then according to the current owner, Barry Brown, he's not going to change much about the place. For those of you who are wondering why he'd invest in a property in Nottingham when he lives in Morecambe, it turns out that he's got family in the nearby area of Treswell. Well, we really hope this deal goes through because, as one of the locals puts it, Tyson will attract attention to the town. Nottingham natives, keep your fingers crossed. Up next, his gambling addiction. Before his match with Derek Chisora in 2022, the boxer appeared on BT Sport Boxing. In this interview, Tyson revealed that he's lost millions while gambling. To elaborate, he likes betting on both football and boxing. Unfortunately, he rarely gets things right. The reason for this, as he explained, was that he always bets on underdogs. But hey, he more than makes up for this bad habit with his charitable efforts. Let's take a look at them, shall we? Let's also look into his charitable efforts. When it comes to his recent charitable efforts, let's talk about his version of Sweet Caroline. For those of you who didn't know, all proceeds from this song went to a men's mental charity called Talk Club. Besides this, back in 2022, he also donated the £10,000 he won from his bet with promoter Frank Warren to a charity by the name of Deborah. As far as we know, this organization is dedicated to the curing of epidermolysis bullosa. So, as you guys can see, Tyson believes in doing his part for both mental and physical health. Last but not the least, his security dogs. It doesn't take a genius to guess that when one has such enviable assets, one needs tight security. Tyson, as a result, has also invested in an expensive guard dog. From what we've gathered, it's a Rottweiler, and he got it from a London-based venture called Elite Protection Dogs. Reports say that it cost him around $20,000 and comes from a military or police background. Since pictures of the dog are captioned "Welcome to the team," we're assuming he has a bunch of other expensive guard dogs to protect his assets and family as well. That's a wrap for this video. Have you tried Fury's energy drink yet? How would you have doubled your money if you were in his shoes? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.